What's up, Totem Pole Nation? Welcome to another Monday. What's up, Coach Troy Taylor? How you doing today?
Hey, man, how do you feel about Mondays? Life
Honestly,
Lessons Podcast,
feel
Totem Pole
pretty good
Nation.
about it today. As a teacher, it's our last Monday of the school year. It's not like we're counting down, nothing like that, but it just kind of puts things into perspective of where you're at in the school year. Got a lot of good things going on today, and got a meeting later today to make sure we can get some good stuff going for our football team. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, so last night, the Celtics went down 3 games to the Miami Heat. And we are joined by a world-renowned physical, fitness, and motivational expert. And that is Mr. Jim Tim, ladies and gentlemen.
What's
And
up,
I'll get the
Jim?
screen working here in a second. Coach Jim Tim, how do you feel about the competition?
It's a grind. It's hard. These guys want it. I gotta want it more.
So you are currently ranked 5th out of
Yep.
how many people?
Right now, there's 15 people left. I'm at 5 now.
How many people signed up to do it and the whole thing, and just put it in perspective?
Basically, what I sent Troy and other people the rules of it. Basically, it's on the bottom of my page, and it says on the very bottom where it says rules. It goes by. It's like a round robin, and basically what happens is it says below my picture. It says group phase. I have to get by the group phase, and then it goes into like wild card round, quarterfinals, semifinals, finals.
So you're in the semifinals right now?
Right now, I'm still in the group phase right now.
Group phase, okay.
I have to get out of the group phase.
Is there any idea how many people signed up this year in general?
Over 500.
Woo! And you're number 5.
In my group, yes.
Yeah, I'm still to say you're number 5. Mambo number 5, Jim Tim. That's awesome. Jim Tim, how do you feel about Mondays?
How do I feel about Mondays?
Yes.
Start out of the week, start out strong. Get stuff done.
I like it. I was telling Coach before we got on a little bit about my Mondays, and I worked for 13 days straight, so I didn't really know what day it was when I was working. Mondays didn't really come into the picture, but just like you said, you got to take every day and maximize it. But I won't lie.
You're never going to get it back.
Yeah, but I won't lie. After 13 days of working, my Saturday, I think I woke up at like 1 p.m. and I'm usually awake by like 5:30, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So you crashed.
Definitely. Because most days were 10, 12-hour days, if not longer.
Does the machine, the human cyborg, I would say that you're like a Joe DiMaggio. You are like the elite of the elite, like a Navy SEAL, Jim Tim. Do you ever crash and burn? Do you ever go on empty?
Oh yeah. But that puts the character out there. It's as I said to you guys before and to the nation out there. It's as hard as you can get hit and keep going forward. You keep pushing forward. That's how champions are won.
That is that motivation that we love here at Totem Pole Nation. Coach Hutch, how do you feel about being a part of Totem Pole Nation and this podcast and this channel and what we've been able to accomplish since we started doing these videos? When, in October?
Yeah, I think it was October when we started. I mean, it's wild. I still think there's more that we're going to be able to accomplish. Just looking at what we've done, I think what we do now is fantastic. We're showing up to the world every Monday. I do think there's a hunger for some of those clips that we had. And I was just thinking to myself, what made those things special? And I think it's so much easier to do when we're in football season, NFL season. There's so much we can pull and grab from. We get these other sports is a little bit more difficult, because people follow different things. Like I'm a big racing fan. I like NHL. I used to love MLB. I follow NBA, but it's like my passion has always been in football. So it's so much easier to pull those things out and make clips of those things. But in the general sense of things, like we've evolved from, all right, let's sit down for 30 minutes and see how many, clips we can make, to we're just having great people on every single day now. You got your other, the college or the Star Champions Football Clinic, where you're pulling college coaches across the country and NFL coaches on, to think in October, we were going to be talking to, Coach McNally, or we're going to be talking to, Brent Pry, the head coach, Virginia Tech. Are we talking to any of these guys that, no, nobody would have thought that. I mean, we were wheezing the juice at Golden Corral.
Have you ever seen Wheezing the Juice video, Jim Tim? Do you know what we're referring to? It was a Pauly Shore movie, Encino Man, Wheezing the Juice.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, so we had a person on the podcast when we got started that he was kind of up for anything, and we ran out to an unnamed, or I won't say unnamed because we said Golden Corral, but we don't know what location it was.
Yeah,
and he wheezed the juice.
Yeah,
and then we had to convince that he had chemical imbalances.
Yeah. So Jim Tim, since you know a little bit about the journey of Totem Pole and where we have gone, where do you think we're going, Jim Tim? You're with Totem Pole Nation, and we have, our female fitness and modeling expert, Sarah Blake Cheek. Where do you see Totem Pole Nation going, Jim Tim?
It depends. What are you guys willing to sacrifice? What are you guys willing to do to create new content and to create new opportunities for this channel and this everybody in general?
Well, we're not going as far as starting an OF account. We're definitely not going to do that. But I'm traveling to Las Vegas, Totem Pole Nation. They've heard about that a bunch. I'm going to be live streaming down there. I take one big trip a year, but at the same time, I'm also going to go to some North Carolina State games, some Virginia Tech games, probably some NFL games.
Yeah.
Just creating content there and really just, having a different side of things. A lot of times you see people talk about things after a game, before a game. Well, I kind of think it's cool to pop in during a game, after a drive, or after something special happens and let people know.
Or that what you can do is if you go live and you're right next to people and you can ask their opinions in different things.
Yeah, definitely. Got to get some, not waiver forms, release forms.
You could. Yeah.
We've done that in the past. Coach Taylor and I went up to the Washington Commanders game against the New York Giants. And
the Redskins.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Being PC, I still think they're the Redskins. Hail to the
Redskins.
I know. So anyways, talking to people up there, and we had a couple good conversations. And I think, though, we only had like one or two people out of like the 5, 10, however many we talked to that actually wanted to be on screen. I think people are afraid to make a fool of themselves. And to be honest, we're all fools. Don't be afraid of making a fool of yourself. Every single one of us, to the top, to the bottom, every single one of us can be foolish in some form or fashion. Who cares? Be yourself.
Be yourself. How do you feel about? Go ahead,
what you should do, Coach Hutch, when you're in Las Vegas, see if you can get Ryback. You familiar with Ryback?
I know Ryback.
He does his own channel, Feed Me More Nutrition.
I'll have to hit him up. I've got some friends who were WWE, NXT, stuff like that. So
see if you can get, because oh my gosh, he goes live like once a week. He does Feed Me More, like food, like vegan stuff. He does all different kinds of content.
Yeah, he's got one of the best memes out there, him just sitting there eating chips.
Yeah,
It's,
pretty much.
they put that on so many different things now.
Yeah.
So, Coach Taylor, what are your plans for this Monday? How are you going to maximize your Monday?
Well, we're going to take a break. We're taking a 2-week break from working out, and I've been studying the Video Ranking Academy led by Sean Cannell and Think Media. And they say to be successful on YouTube, you must answer specific questions. Answer specific questions. So we answered 3 specific questions over the weekend. We've got some more. We got Coach Bob Green, the former head coach of Montana Tech, who overcame cancer. He's a wild man. Coach Jim Tim, are you familiar with Bob Green?
I've heard of him.
Coach Hutch, are you familiar with Bob Green?
I have heard of him too. And then congrats on the beating cancer too. I just wanted to comment on that. That affects a lot of people, and to come back from that and still be doing your thing, that's always an amazing story.
Herb Hand, who's the offensive line coach from Central Florida, he's supposed to be coming on this week. So I think we're going to hit the totem pole train hard. We're going to hit the Team Tim train hard. We are going to be promoting Jim Tim and his competition with Muscle and Fitness Magazine. Jim Tim, how many more days until this round? We've already been through 3 rounds, I believe. How many more days until this round is over with?
To get into the top 10, May 25th. That's this Thursday, I believe.
Okay. So Totem Pole Nation, go out there and vote for Team Tim.
Vote, share if you wish to donate for the cause for build and rebuild the U.S. Critically injured and disabled veterans. Please do so. It helps me, and it helps 2 for 1 shot. It helps them to get their new homes built.
Yes.
Check them out. Totem Pole Nation, Muscle and Fitness. I'm going to drop that link in the chat as well. Coach Jim Tim, we got some new stuff in the world, and I think it's a good idea to ask somebody who's involved in muscle and fitness their thoughts on this.
Okay.
There is talk about banning chocolate milk in schools from kindergarten to 8th grade because, quote, it contributes to childhood obesity.
Okay. Are we talking about sugar-free, or are we talking just regular chocolate milk?
Regular old chocolate milk. They ain't giving no sugar-free stuff to these kids.
Yeah, I know. And except New York. Well, you know what? If you're in that age, you still need the calcium. You still need the protein in it. I don't know what the problem is, but if they have a problem with it, I don't know what their issue is.
No,
because I know what their problem is.
Well, I think
they've already taken all the good stuff out of stack machines, man.
That is true. Well, the kids, at least in high school, I mean, they walk and they come in and they got bags and bags and bags of different stuff. I mean, I've got kids that their book bag has no books in it. It's just straight snacks, Takis, and all sorts of stuff. But I think when they say contributes to, I think that's such a broad phase.
Yeah.
Like, you can get fat and be unhealthy by eating just one thing over and over and over again. I'm not going to say maybe not celery, stuff like that, but most foods, if you just pile it on, yeah, it's going to happen. But you think chocolate milk, I mean, how many McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King or just say fast food is within 1 mile of your house?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Okay, I'll take one step further. Like within 1 mile or 2 miles, where's your nearest bar that has excess carbohydrates?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
There you go.
I mean, we live in an excess world.
Yeah.
And it's just wild to think how many, we talk sports all the time on here. And man, I was out watching youth flag football this Saturday. And my dad looks at me and said, that kid reminds me of Tank. And Tank is a player on our football team. Guy's phenomenal, but he's a big guy. Well, this kid is in the age 5 to 6 group and was a big kid. And, we don't know his story. We don't know if there's anything going on in his life, but, we're the United States and we got the highest rate of obesity in the world. And I don't think it's chocolate milk.
No.
I think they're just reaching.
I think it's fast food. I think it's people sitting on there, but you don't see kids outside anymore as much. Like when we grew up, you don't see it as frequently, or them doing after-curricular activities outside and whatnot. So it's a whole bunch of different things, and it's a shame that society has to go back to maybe you could still do the old school way of doing things in the new age era, but they don't want to do that, unfortunately.
I agree. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that, I'm a PE teacher and it's like, all right, we're going outside. Wait, we're really going outside? What are we going to do outside? Like, we're going to do the same thing we do inside, just outside. Like, what? I don't know what the issue is, but
see, I know when I was in gym, our PE teacher was really tough. They were like, if you don't change for gym, number one, that's you're going to take off points, and they're going to say 5 points per day. That's only 5 points. Now, if you don't participate, that's another 5 points. Those add up very quickly. And they're like, if you do it a certain amount of time out of the week, they're saying, get out, go to in-school suspension. See ya.
Yeah, we can no longer deduct points due to attire. But just like you said, if they show up a couple days not wearing the right stuff, there are alternative assignments that we can make them do. And if they do not do those alternative assignments, they earn a 0.
I would make, what another one did and what they made us do, for half of the class, they said, it doesn't matter. You can rest, but they made us do push-ups. If you didn't want to participate, fine. We're going to burn you out. You can do sissy push-ups as far as I care. They're like, and that's what they did. They made them so tired they couldn't lift their arms, and they would never do it again.
Do you know Kenny Powers? Jim Tim.
Kenny F. and Powers?
Yes. He is a world-renowned PE teacher, former Major League Baseball player, went back to his hometown and became a PE teacher. He's a legend. Coach Hutch, would you like to tell him a little bit about Kenny Powers?
Well, Kenny Powers, I mean, you just watch, they did a show on Kenny Powers. You just watch the first episode, and it's what I aspire to be as a PE teacher. Everybody make fun of that kid right there. No, we can't do that anymore.
Jim, this is a show, man. It's a show done by Will Ferrell.
Danny McBride, shout out to, I guess he's from Manassas or Fairfax.
Yeah.
Kenny Powers?
Yeah, Danny McBride's from Virginia. Yeah.
Kanye West said he wanted him to play him in a movie. That's what Kanye said. He said, I want him to play me in a movie. That is a heck of an honor.
I'd see it.
Coach Bald. Here we go.
What is the most weight you have helped a client gain and lose for sports or competition or for living a healthier lifestyle? Coach Jim Tim from Coach Bald.
You have to basically make things as simple as you can, but you have to write stuff down. You have to make sure you have a pad, paper, and whatnot, and you write whatever you have, and then basically you work from there. Make it start out there, as simple as that, and then move forward. But you have to, you can't really so much worry about the calories per se on certain things. You have to watch the sugar and sodium and all that, but you have to eat the right things at the right time, but you have to drink a whole bunch of water. You have to drink natural fruit juices sometimes as a treat. You might think that it's full of fruit. Yeah, it's full of fructose and all that, but you know what? If it's natural fruit juice, it won't hurt you. You can have smoothies. You can have that kind of stuff. That's fun.
I know a guy who he says he's drinking a smoothie, but really it's just a milkshake.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a milkshake and a smoothie, Jim Tim?
There's milk in it. Milkshakes have milk and cream.
Well,
So when I make smoothies, Coach, I use frozen fruit, ice, protein powder, and cranberry juice.
but
Okay.
what if you use ice cream instead of
No ice cream,
No.
no
protein?
milk. I
That's
love
still a
milk, but
smoothie.
I'm not putting that in my smoothies.
No.
Would that be a milkshake then?
Yeah.
So
Did you
you're
know?
telling me
Here's another
basically
fun
there's
fact.
no difference between a smoothie and a
There's
milkshake?
no
Yeah.
dairy in a McDonald's shake.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's powder.
understandable.
It's not
That's
a milkshake. They
understandable.
call it a shake.
That's
Yeah.
understandable because they can make more money and it doesn't have to be frozen. They did that a long time ago. That was Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc stole the
What
McDonald's
you could
from
do,
him back
Coach
then.
Hutch. What you can do, Coach Hutch. You can add 1 tablespoon of yogurt of some kind. Not
Yeah.
like
Greek
like
yogurt.
plain
Good stuff.
vanilla yogurt. What that
What about
does is
frozen yogurt?
it helps them. No.
So no frozen
that-
yogurt in
You
your
can-
smoothie
you
can
or
use-
ice cream.
Greek yogurt and this frozen yogurt.
No ice. What it does, it helps the protein powder. It makes it's like a thickening agent.
A banana. What
Yeah.
about a banana in your smoothie with ice cream?
No. Well,
No ice cream.
When somebody's trying to gain weight, yes, eat ice cream.
Okay. Yeah.
If your goal is to put pounds on, then yeah, eat ice cream. It's going to help you. You got to put calories in.
Yeah.
And drinking your calories, that was stuff that I was told by the HNFE director, Health, Nutrition, Foods, Exercise at Virginia Tech, was like football. I lost like 30 pounds to play football there. I get there, they're like, we need you to gain 20 pounds. I'm like, all right, how do I do that now? And it was eat ice cream. And then football told me to drink a gallon of whole milk a day, which would not recommend to anybody ever. Don't do that. But pasta, ice cream, that stuff, if you're trying to gain weight, for sure. But
Yeah.
staying away from the rocky roads and the, all the additives, like, Jim Tim just said, straight up plain vanilla, even chocolate, strawberry, none of the extra stuff, and make sure you're natural. You're not doing all this artificial stuff.
Yeah.
My dad used to have a 60-inch waist and a 27-inch inseam. A 60-inch waist and a 27-inch
What was the jacket size?
inseam. I don't know. It's usually 4 inches bigger, right? So he's a 64-inch.
I got a
jacket.
58 jacket size and a 40 waist.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
My dad used to weigh over 400 pounds at 5'7", 5'6". He lost 200 pounds, all right, at one time. And you know what all the people told him, Jim Tim?
Yeah.
You look better fat. You looked better fat. So all these people, they lose all this weight, and now they got a huge head with a little body. Like Jonah Hill, who they say is on Ozempic shots. That works. All right. That guy, it works. I mean, he looks like a member of the dudes who traveled with the Grateful Dead now in Fish. All right. I'm a big Fish fan. I think they're from up there where you're from. Have you ever traveled with Fish, Jim Tim?
Traveled? No. I have fished. No, I have not traveled with Fish.
Have you ever
I go to Lake Ontario and get a whole bunch of salmon for good prices.
Yeah, you won't catch me at a Fish concert, unfortunately.
Dude, Wheeling, West Virginia is closer to Toronto, Canada than Richmond, Virginia. I am not good at geography. All right. Have you ever been to the dark side of the moon, Jim Tim?
No, that would be you.
Yes. I am from the Sombrero Galaxy. I've been to the dark side of the moon. I pretty much just watch any video about Mike Tyson.
Did you ever meet Darth Vader?
Yeah, pretty much. And guess what? He is my father.
Yeah, I bet he is.
And I liked it. I liked that he was my father.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't have been like Luke Skywalker. I would have went with Darth Vader. I mean, is Darth Vader a bad guy? Is he a bad guy?
he killed children.
Coach Hutch, is he a bad guy?
Depends on if you think killing children's bad.
Don't laugh at me for this. I've only seen the first movie.
Which movie?
That
The-
series, Star Wars. I've only seen
New
the first
Hope.
one.
You're
Episode
talking
4.
about the
of
one
New
that
Hope.
came out in 1977. New Hope?
Yeah, New Hope was 77.
Is that which one you're talking about? Or are you talking about the prequels?
No, I'm talking about the very first one when basically about the Death Star. That's the very first one I've ever seen. I've never seen any others.
With Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Man. Wow. What
I'm not interested.
It's funny though.
You're not interested.
No.
Are you a man? Good gosh. Carrie Fisher. I mean, that's like
didn't say
saying
Carrie
If you haven't
you're
seen
not
Return of the
interested in
Jedi,
Beyonce.
I mean, you know, that's more y'all's time when you were going through all those changes. Carrie Fisher in Return of the Jedi.
Man, I remember seeing Return of the Jedi in the movie theater, Midlothian Cinemas, right behind Putt Putt. And I was a little kid. I was born in 78. That movie came out in 83 or 84. I thought that the Ewoks were behind the screen. Yeah, that's how smart I was. I thought that Jabba the Hutt was behind the screen. Yeah, this is the world that I live in. I mean, I guess
How
that's
did
how
the Ewoks get a dress that fit Princess Leia?
a dress.
Yeah, they put her in a dress in Return of the Jedi. How did they get a dress that fit Princess Leia? It would imply.
I don't remember her
that the
having
Ewok
a
had to
dress.
have-
I remember her being with Jabba the Hutt with no dress.
Yeah,
They
I don't
probably
remember her
That's
they
what I'm
probably
talking
bought a
about.
car cover.
but that would
I mean-
imply that the Ewoks had to catch and kill a human woman to get the dress.
I don't know. The Ewoks are probably one of my favorite characters on Star Wars, but Darth Vader, I mean, he did save his son, Luke Skywalker. So in the end, is he a bad guy? Is he entirely good or is he entirely
Well,
bad?
they would, you know,
I
at
don't
the
know.
end, he was one of the Force ghosts or whatever. So that means he was redeemed. But like, he killed the Emperor, even though somehow he came back. He returned for the new trilogy, which was one of the worst trilogies in the history of the world.
The prequels.
No, the prequels were actually you got Star Wars that came out in 77. Then you got the 1999,
Which they call the prequels.
and then you got the sequels that just came out in the last decade.
Yeah.
The sequels are terrible. The prequels used to be not that good, but now you compare them to the sequels, those prequels are actually pretty good.
The prequels are with Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Coach Jim Tim's lost here. He
No,
does not know
I've read the books. I just never watched the movies.
Wow, you read the books. So you're one of those guys that read books. That is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
can
we have
I
somebody
can
who's
read
like-
books, Troy.
Yeah, I know. We don't.
How is
I
Pete the
mean,
Cat doing there, Jim Tim?
What's beating the cat? Yeah.
How's he coming along?
What is your favorite book, Jim Tim?
Book.
I know the Bible is probably your favorite book, but next
I
to the
would
Bible.
probably say the David Balsacci series.
And what is that about?
He's got
It's basically a
20
lot about
books.
mystery novels.
Yeah, James Patterson, anything he's written is really good. I kind of fell off when he started having other people write with him.
Man, I'm telling you, how do you feel about Mondays? I am so happy for Mondays because we get to do life lessons. I miss my friend, Coach Bald. This is the only day that he takes off all week. He takes this day off to spend with his family. He's a good father, he's a good husband, and he's a good friend. Unlike me. You know, so Jim Tim, what advice could you give me to become a better ex-husband, boyfriend, father, man?
Do think as I think I meant you probably remember this quote. Do something for your girlfriend at an unexpected place at an unexpected time. Do something for her that she really wants and desires, and then you can just do it for her. Just do it in a surprise fashion, because you never see that anymore.
You're good. You're good. Coach Hutch, give me some advice. I'm getting ready to pull up a picture of somebody. All right. But give me some advice.
To be a better person.
Yeah.
I don't know, Coach. You're a great person. I know you said you're
Wow.
not, but you're a great person.
Wow,
So,
Coach. But I can always get better.
Yeah. I'd always tell you about movies to watch, and you say you never seen them. So you can
Take a
join the
look at this guy.
conversation. Oh, Chimp Empire. That was on Netflix.
Yeah, I never got to see it.
Holy smokes, that was a great documentary.
Jim
Look
Tim.
look at Babe Ruth.
How old do you think he is in that picture?
Okay.
Coach Neal said he had to go to the dentist. He shouldn't be here.
I don't know.
How old do you think he is? You want to guess? Give me a guess.
Now, probably 60.
Okay, 60. Coach Hutch, how old would you say that Babe Ruth is in that picture?
Oh, babe. No, sorry.
I'm going to say in his 40s.
Yeah.
Who were you looking at? Jim Tim, who were you looking at? The guy that's got the cigar in his hand. Is there anybody else?
I was looking.
Because I think back to when he was around, they all smoke and drink. He's got a cigar in his hand. And, that ages you. So that's the only reason I think that.
So
50s, maybe 60s.
What is the answer, Coach Taylor? We got to get going.
They say he's 52.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
52.
So we're right in the middle of Jim, Tim, and I.
All right. So Coach Hutch, take us out, man.
Well, first, want to give a big shout out to Coach Ball down there in St. Pete with St. Pete Rejuvenate, ketamine therapy, hydration infusion therapy, Ozempic. They got it all. They got even more than that. Skincare therapy, you name it. Give them a call. Check out their website, St. Pete Rejuvenate. We got Cultivate Wellness. Check them out. Fortunately, still got full spectrum CBD. They can ship that nationwide. Check them out, cultivatewellness.com. They got capsules. They got tinctures. They got all sorts of different things that you can take. Recently, my parents got a Corgi. The Corgi was chewing on a bunch of stuff. They gave that Corgi some CBD. No more chewing. So it works on everybody. Any animal has an endocannabinoid system. So Cultivate Wellness, check them out. Coach Taylor getting cleaned up.
I'm getting cleaned up. My camera was looking a little musty there. So Jim Tim, what is your life lesson that you take for today?
Take one step at a time and let things happen. Just take one step and keep improving.
Bobby Brown. Coach Hutch, what is your life lesson?
Say, just in that same context, let it flow, let it come, and just be positive, be upbeat, visualize that it'll be successful. The more positive you stay, the more likely you are to be positive, have positive things.
Vote for Jim Tim.
Jim Tim, muscle and fitness. Look at them biceps. All right, Totem Nation, we are out. Have a fabulous day. Have a great week. Happy Monday. And we will see you back tomorrow morning. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. And we look forward to seeing Coach Ball tomorrow.